Welcome NC Youth Academy coaches. This is just a training session overview of the individualized sessions for the U12 age group. It's a continued conversation from the play, practice, play overview, which is part of the new coaching education pathway for the grassroots coaches throughout our state, specifically for the Youth Academy coaches within our programs and throughout our state. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, check the notes below in the comments, and I provided them for you. But more importantly, if you or your staff, as well as your parents within your program, have not completed the introduction to grassroots coaching, I really encourage everyone to go over there and do it. It's a short 20-minute module. It's free within the Digital Coaches Center. And the reason that is so beneficial is as we change this approach to coaching ed and the pathway and how we're going to impact and influence our players, we want the key stakeholders, our entire staff, as well as the parents, to understand this approach, the values, the benefits, and the rationale behind it. So with that being said, let's get going on the sessions. So for the U12 age group, we've got play 1 to start here in week 1. Our focal point will be going from back to front, the defensive third build-up going into the midfield third, whether we possess or we dribble to go forward. We've always got to have a goal for context, because if we lose possession, the other team needs to have an incentive to go forward. But what's the safety versus risk we need to evaluate here going from back to front? So we're going to set up as many fields as we can and get the game going early based on the staff, space available, and the number of players. The themes that we're going to think about are going to be spreading out diagonal passing lines, creating 1v1, 2v1 opportunities, and taking the ball forward to push the defensive line back. So those key words that we're going to use today are going to be spreading out, passing options, diagonal lines, thinking about creating an opening and how we can maximize those openings to score, always connecting it to scoring. So when we look at the practice portion for this week, we base everything off the core activity. It's 30 minutes in duration, whether we use the less challenging or more challenging activity. So in our core activity here, it's 6v6 to half field line. Okay, so we're going to play with a penalty spot. We're going to have 3 goals, and you want to differentiate the central goal from the outside goals. 1 for visual reference, but 2 if you want to layer in point values, you can do that. And then we're going to have target players here for our triangles to attack forward. And so it's just a simple 6-goal game. We've got a keeper here to help impact our decision making in the final third. If you feel like that is not as effective for the players after the 4-minute first game, let's jump over to the less challenging activity. The only change is we're going to go 5v5. We've removed the goalkeeper. So now our 4 and our 5, our center backs are going to take more of a central role to possess and then hopefully get our flank players to dribble forward when and where possible. If you think the core activity is not challenging enough, when we look at the more challenging activity, all we've done is go 7v7, same game, but now the opposition, the red team, is going to attack a singular goal with a goalkeeper, which models the game. So if we go forward, that's great. If we can't, where can we go to keep possession? And when we lose it, the other team needs an objective. That's why going to a big goal is always going to help. So some of the key words we're going to try and infuse are spread out, diagonal, runs in behind, diagonal passes, the types of passes that will unbalance the opposition, as well as where can our teammates who don't have the ball move to allow our player with the ball to have more space and options. Play 2, full field, maximize the space. You may have to go 7v7 depending on your roster size, but we want to play a full game as best we can as the space and numbers will allow. We want to think about the passes we should use to retain possession or advance it forward, where players without the ball can move, and how we can force the opponent, if they do have possession, to make an error to give up the ball, or where we can force them so that way we can recover the ball and go forward. Hopefully that helps. Thanks. Bye.